It's my girl, Summer Herlevi's birthday.
Okay, my favorite thing about summer.
A gardener told me some plants move, but I could not believe it.
My favorite thing about Summer is her passion for plants. I just think it's the best. It makes me so happy.
How driven she is. She's always been one to make a plan and go after it. She always is dreaming bigger and better things.
The way that we kind of connected over how often we say the word shocking. It's shocking.
Summer, you'll play any song, anytime for me. And I love that. Sometimes it just makes me so happy.
I can talk to you about anything.
Is her ability to organize and plan a party. She has a lot of attention to detail.
Her ability to empathize with people. Like a couple weeks ago when we went to Las Vegas and she had to talk Brenda out of her super high place, wherever she was. Kathy was just a mess. Honestly, I can't believe Summer went downstairs and talked to Stephanie like that. She just she did a really good job.
How she's just completely herself. Summer, you are so confident and you own who you are.
How nice she is to everybody and how nice she is and how fun it is to hang out with her.
I think you're so great and just honestly one of the coolest people I've ever met with the hair.
How you carry yourself, your style, the talents you have, everything about you is so infectious and everyone just is so drawn to you.
My favorite thing about Summer is the fact that she is a friend to everyone around her. I don't think she's ever met anybody that initially she doesn't give the benefit of the doubt to. She tries to get to know people. She is friendly to strangers. She wants to help strangers. She's just a charitable person.
I'm obsessed with Summer.
She's my cool cousin that I can brag about to other people because she's everything I want to be when I get older.
She always is very aware of the needs of people around her. She instinctively knows how to make people happy, how to make them feel important. And not only does she know what makes them feel important, she actually does those things to make people feel important.
I was lucky enough to be her roommate in Jerusalem, and she would tell me about these spiritual experiences that she was having, or promptings, or different ways that she felt the Spirit, and it just made me kind of stop in my tracks and be like, why aren't things like that happening to me? Why am I not getting these cool experiences, or yada yada yada? And I think it's because of Summer's really great example and her being open about her spiritual experiences that I was able to be better and learn how to be more sensitive to the Spirit and take those things in.
Besides the fact that you just love music and it's such a big passion for you, is that you're one of the most determined people that I've ever met. You set your mind to something, you know what you want, and you achieve it. You get it done. It's a quality that I've strived for, and it's just I admire that you have that.
That you know that person is a special person if they have the ability to not only build themselves or bring themselves higher to Christ, but they can bring others with them.
Definitely your smile, and that you're so real with everyone, and your incredible voice and ability to play instruments.
You take interest and value in the people you're with, and you're very empathetic and you're like well to others.
I like when she makes curry and when she makes good food and likes to hang out with me.
She loves and accepts people regardless of their differences or their weird quirks. So for example, me, I'm not wearing pants right now, but I know that Summer would still love me and accept me for who I am in this moment, and that means a lot.
You're so real, you're so true to you.
How you keep such a consistent, happy attitude all the time. I don't think I've ever really seen you in like in a bad mood or grumpy or anything. I think that's a really big gift that you have to be able to be like so consistently happy no matter what hard things that you're going through.
You are just so much fun. You're like such a fun friend. Oh, and I can't wait for you to be my son's mother-in-law one day. Little Jacob's gonna love you.
One of my favorite moments of us together.
Arriving at the Jerusalem Center and just being a mess, but also in being so awe-inspired by where we were, and having that moment together was awesome.
Anyway, one of my favorite memories with you is when, you know, we'd come down late at night. I would be studying, you would be doing other things, and we'd both meet up because you were past my door, and we'd stand outside my doorway and just chit-chat and have a really good, quick heart-to-heart and just really catch up. And I love those, you know, those moments where you just talk about the things that matter most in life.
I'll just always remember the first day at orientation I saw you and I thought, oh my goodness, I hope I can be friends with this girl.
You gave me a tour of your greenhouse.
In Jerusalem, being able to be her personal photographer on our field trips and watching her behind the scenes as she interacts with so many different people. I think my favorite picture I had of Summer was her and brother Huff bent over looking at flowers together.
I also really love all the times that you would run as fast as you can, jump into my arms, and we would spin around laughing. That was awesome. I really love that.
When we first met, and I don't know if you remember this, but you just kind of started saying hi to me because of Katie, and you just kind of wanted to bug her, and so you just started saying hi to me, and that really freaked me out. Because I was just thinking like, wait, why is this really pretty senior girl like that looks like Taylor Swift trying to talk to me? Like, it was really weird, and so I guess it kind of freaked me out.
And my favorite memory that just comes to mind is when we made that music video at like 1 a.m. to the Michael Jackson song with Ryan and Alex and someone else, and it was so funny with like all the stop and go and everything fun.
Going down the streets of the old city, like one of the first times we went out, and you totally just bought the guy's rug off of his shoe floor, and you're just like, hey, I'm Summer, what's up? I have good taste and good style, check me out, I'm buying your carpet, and everyone's like, okay.
Whenever she talks in her Australian voice.
When Summer was, before she was born, she already had a interest in music, and she had an ear for good music, because when certain YouTube songs would come on, she would kick in my belly. So Where the Streets Have No Name is a special song for us because Summer was drawn to that song before she was even born.
Firefly last year, and just going with her and Trevor and Dad and just hanging out with her in that nasty tent with spiders everywhere.
My favorite memory with Summer will probably forever be all of the selfies we took all around the Holy Land. She was my selfie buddy. Still is, at heart.
My dad started crying when we listened to Oh Wonder, and me and Summer still bond over that.
When she took me to work and we got pizza and we had a good time.
Then we had like some assembly that we were both in, like sophomore year, that I think I was like taking my drums off the stage or something, and you were like standing back there like, tuning your guitar or just about to go out or something like that. I can't really remember exactly, but I remember like I saw you and I just like started freaking out, and then you like came up and like started talking to me about music, and you like started asking me all these bands if I knew them, and that was so cool. And then you asked if I wanted to come play music with you sometime, and wow, I was like, yeah.
All the travel that we've been able to do together from the time that she was little, she's always traveled with us. Probably at the top of my list is our trip to Europe. When she graduated from high school, we spent 3 weeks traveling around Europe in a Volkswagen camper van, sleeping in campgrounds, and showering in campground showers.
My memory of you, she came to my house and I was just dying to curl your hair. And your mother had gone to the Arctic Circle, and I found the smallest little rollers I could find, and I put just the little tiny rollers all over your head. Your mother came home and took one look at you and just about screamed to think that I would make you sit there and put rollers in your hair so you'd have little fuzzy curls all over your head. But we had fun.
One of my favorite memories outside of Jerusalem is I got to, I was at Lake Powell, and we were on top of the houseboat. And you guys won't understand because you weren't there, but the laugh that came out of that girl is a laugh that I have never been acquainted with before.
Towards the beginning of Jerusalem, when she, Clay, and I were sitting up in the loft together doing homework and just talking and getting to know each other for the first time, and I kind of realized there how good of a friend Summer could be.
When we lived in Missouri, Summer was, she was not an easy child. So one thing that we did was we watched a lot of Alice in Wonderland. That was her choice, and we probably watched Alice in Wonderland 500 times in the 2 years that we lived in Missouri. Most of the time it was at 2 a.m.
The most meaningful times for me have been the times when it was just an afternoon in the JC, frequently after church, and Summer and I would just talk for hours.
Just right before I left on my mission, walking up the hill together and talking about my mission, about our future, and just getting all of the advice that Summer would always give to me. It's always helped me throughout my life.
Discussing love triangles on the beach at the Sea of Galilee when everyone else was on a hike, and we decided to stay back, and that was our bonding time, and we just laughed about it the whole rest of the trip.
You were my first grandchild, and it was so exciting. I was glad that your mom and dad was living in Utah so that we could all come to the hospital and participate. It was so exciting. Yes, you had a little cone hit for about 3 months, and we all worried, but you turned out okay.
My 3 words of advice are: keep smiling with your beautiful, teethy smile. Keep watering your plants because they need you. And keep meeting new people because more people need to have a friend like you and just like see how cool you are, because you inspired me, and I know there's a lot of other people out there that you're going to inspire.
The advice I have for you: don't sweat the small stuff, and always continue to be an individual, and that'll never fail you.
Stick close to the Lord and the gospel principles that you know are right, and rely on your family and friends to help shore you up when times get tough.
When we were at Grandma Betty's house, and we used to try to kill ants and bugs, and so we'd make like weird pesticides with like perfumes and lotions, and we'd kill all the bugs at her house. It was awesome.
She does a little acting show with my daughter Hallie, who was probably like 3, 4, or 5, and Summer does a Trident commercial with her. And at the very end, you can't hear very much, but at the very end, Summer is ticked because Hallie doesn't hit her line correctly, and she gets really mad at her, and I laugh my head off every time I watch it.
Always remember your friends and family, because they'll be the ones that are there for you in the long run. Your family loves you very much.
And just make some goals and write them down.
I would probably say to write in your journal as often as you can. I know that I wish I wrote more during my 20th year so far. So yeah.
Knowing how you receive revelation through the Holy Ghost.
Continue to work hard in all that you do, and expect that nothing will be given to you for free, that your hard work and your intelligence will be the keys to your success in life, in the gospel, in motherhood, in your marriage, that all of those things are going to require you to be diligent and work hard. And I want you to know that I love you, and I am extremely thankful that you're my daughter.
Enjoy who Heavenly Father has put in your life, whether it be your family or your friends or those who haven't come yet. Love them and enjoy them, and look for the good in all of them, and try to find why they've been put in your life.
Keep your room clean, and remember to turn your lights off when you go to bed and when you wake up from bed.
1. To never confuse the poison ivy plants with the leaves of the box elder tree. 2. To have a hot chocolate at the end of every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And 3. To marry a man with a much simpler last name than Herlevi, or Herlevi, whatever the heck it is. It'll make life much simpler.
I hope that someday you'll kind of sit back and smell the roses, just take a little time and think about all these things that you've been blessed with and all the things that you've been given. This is incredible, and I know you'll do great. I know you'll grow up to do whatever and anything you want to do, because you're just a little bit that way.
Never forget how loved you are just for being you around us. You just make us happy.
Shade is your friend.
I think just keep being you. I think that as you get older sometimes you're like, I'm getting older and like I should be changing, or you like get worried and caught up in what other people are doing and that you're not doing. And I think really just staying true to who you are and like allowing yourself to develop at your own rate and as your own person is like the best thing that you can do.
I'd like to borrow from a little wisdom of our friend Shakira from the excellent film Zootopia, when she says, try everything, try everything. I really think that we never regret having too much experience.
My advice for her now that she's 20 is just own it. She's so cool. Summer, you're so cool, and I don't think you realize how awesome you are. And you really are, like, you are a powerhouse. You are a strong girl, and you need to know that, and you need to live like you know that.
Yeah, and then my third piece of advice that I'd give to you is don't get married before I get back. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, that's a joke.
My piece of advice to you in your 20s is, I read it on like Forbes or LinkedIn or somewhere, and it says, your 20s are the times to take big risks. You know, when else in your life are you gonna be able to do big things, big risks? You know, you're young, single, and free, like, do it now. Like, you know, just live and make mistakes and, you know, follow your dreams. If you want to do something big, make it happen. Mess up, you know, really mess up and learn from your mistakes, but also take the risk because it'll lead to great things.
Always wear clean underwear. Maybe always make your bed, because you never know who's going to crawl into your bed while you're gone. And the last thing is, you need to keep your chin up because it helps hide the wrinkles.
I'm never going to give her up. I'm never going to let her down. I'm never going to run around or desert her. I'm never going to make her cry. I'm never going to say goodbye. I'm never going to tell a lie or hurt her. I love her, Summer. I love Summer. Love you, sis.
We all love you, and we all just want to send a million cactuses to you. So, happy birthday, Summer. You got the best sun bum in the world.